Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Author on Fire. I'm Ashley Mansour. Today's author, I am particularly thrilled that we have the chance to talk to. He is the author of Exponential Healing, Dr. Gerald Whalen. And today we're going to talk about so many things. Get ready for this conversation, folks. It's going to light you up. We are going to go deep into his process of writing the book and so many things I know he's going to share with us. Jerry, thank you so much for being with us today. It's such a thrill to have you.
You're welcome, Ashley. Thank you for hosting me. It's great.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. So tell us about your book, Exponential Healing. It's already been a bestseller, but share with us your why for writing the book and what it's about.
Yeah, so the why for writing the book is seeing that that people's health is actually declining in spite of any kind of, well, the next big thing is right around the corner. We're going to solve this, we're going to solve that, billions of dollars in research, and it's like it's not really happening. And so the body, the book is about the body's ability to heal. That really, there's in one sense, there's no research necessary to discover the body's ability to heal. And the power of healing that we have has never been given the credit for how capable we are of healing. We're looking for something outside the body, and it's really within us. Now, that's simply said, but to discover that, to release that, that's the book. That's the art of releasing and discovering the ability to heal, because there are lots of ways that that's interfered with. And
Yeah.
so people are, they want to be healthy, they have expectations for their lives, and they run into, um, you know, example of someone who's, they've had their business, they've had their job, they've handled things well, they're ready to retire, and then they retire, and within months they can't do anything because of their health, can't do anything they plan to do. And so we have this, we start in our get to a certain age in our 40s, early, now it's getting earlier, where you start doing scans and screenings looking for health problems. Now, just because you have repeated screenings every year doesn't diminish the likelihood of a problem. And so, but the expectation is you are going to have problems.
Right. Right.
You get to a certain age and you're just going to start to, you're looking for the big C's, I call them: cardiovascular problems, cancer.
Mm. Oh my
And,
gosh.
and so women start to have mammograms, men start to have prostate, everyone has colonoscopies. And so these are called prevention, but they're actually looking, maybe early detection is the best thing you can expect.
Yeah.
But the numbers keep climbing in terms of health problems. And so people are like, what do I do? I'm following what my doctor says, following everything I'm supposed to do, but it's not working.
Mm.
And so people come to see me. Often they've been everywhere else with their health concerns. And so then we explore. The book is about what I call the 4 foundational pillars of health.
Mm-hmm.
And so how, like one of the pillars is chiropractic. So you can do chiropractic, and that's one pillar, and that's excellent. Another pillar is whole food nutrition. So now you add chiropractic and whole food nutrition. Now you have an exponential benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third pillar is cleansing of the body, detoxification. You then cleanse the body. Well, now you have a third component. So that exponentially improves your body's ability to heal even more.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth component, which is very dear to me, is releasing emotional stress and tension out of the body. A very, very profound methodology called neuroemotional technique.
Mm-hmm.
And so we put these 4 pillars together, and you have exponential healing. I mean, one of the things I describe to practice members when they come in and they've got problems that have gone on for months, years, or have reoccurred periodically over months and years. So it means they've really had the problem the full time. And so what's going on is your ability to heal has been interfered with.
Mm-hmm.
I say, if you get a scrape on your arm and you didn't do anything to it, all on its own, it heals. And so if in your skin has no superpowers that the rest of your body doesn't have. So if something's not healing, something's interfering with the body's ability to heal. Everything should heal just like your skin did.
It's amazing. It's such a powerful message that goes against the grain of modern medicine and what we're told the drugs we're told to take and the ways we're, encouraged to get older, right? With, it's just going to break down, the body's going to disintegrate, right? This is what it does. But your subtitle to me is so powerful for what you stand for, the power of integrative chiropractic to restore your health and wellness to nature's design. Tell us about this kind of where you're going with it, nature's design. What does that mean?
Yes, so nature's design, that's tapping into the ability of the body to heal. I
Mhm.
mean, the body, the energy, the power that created the body heals the body. And so from one cell at the beginning of the fertilization process, one cell becomes a trillion-celled organism in 9 months. And it comes out pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? It comes out with all the fingers and toes and uh, there's actually a video which is linked to it in the book where a mathematician describes the birth process, and I've done a video uh, depicting the whole process. And through one phase of the process, the reproduction of cells and is so fast that if that development continued that fast through the full pregnancy, we would be like thousands, we were like 2,000 pounds.
It's
And
amazing.
so there's a phase of development, and this isn't a random process. There's an organization, there's an intelligence, there's a wisdom that's
Mhm.
guiding this process to come out so good, so well.
Oh, it's
And so that
amazing.
method out, that energy, that intelligence doesn't go away as much as it might seem like it.
Mm.
That intelligence is and power of healing is still there. Now, I part in the beginning of the book dives into all the reasons why it's interfered with. So we
It's so,
cover
so good.
so we cover what's interfering so it doesn't seem like that power is still there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there's you know what's happening nutritionally, what's happening from a exposure to chemistry that's foreign to the body doesn't know how to clear it, get it out of the body, the level of stress that we're in.
Mhm.
You and I know of a terminology of, there's two states of being. There's a powerful state and a primal state. And we live in the primal state a lot. And
Mhm.
so we're in fight, flight, we're in a stress mode a lot of hours out of the week. And so that is a burden on the body. So we have just as we have exponential healing, we have compounding interferences and challenges.
Mm.
And
Wow.
it takes addressing the four foundational pillars to reestablish, reconnect with the intelligence of the body so that it can begin to heal.
Oh my gosh. This is such a powerful message. And I remember when you were writing the book, hearing this message come through, and it's what you do every day in your practice, and you help people. Obviously, they can come in and they can get the treatment, they can get the support. But this is the first way that you're able to do it on a sort of national level and give people the information that you've had over your career. What does it mean to you to get this out there to folks, far and wide?
You know what was interesting too, when the opportunity came along to work with you as an author in your program, I hadn't really, if I had a thought of writing a book, is like, yeah, but you won't do that. And then this opportunity came along and it rekindled something of like, yes, you really have a message you want to get out. And uh, I mean, just as I'm a practitioner, I'm helping others. I have benefited from this methodology myself, and so I know the power of the ability to heal, and so it weighs on me to
Mhm.
hear of people who are going through. It's like it doesn't have to be this way.
Oh gosh. And this book, I hope everybody who's watching right now, I hope you get an opportunity to grab the book and check it out for yourself because Jerry really has poured in, a lifetime of his own, not just your practice, Jerry, but also your stories, what you've lived, your own, like you say, your own healing processes in this book. Do you want to tell folks a little bit about your journey of healing yourself?
Sure. So I got into chiropractic uh, as a teenager because of the scoliosis, that my spine curved sideways.
Mhm.
And so that was the first profound, actually, acknowledgement that the body had the ability to heal. Because as far as I knew, you had a problem and it just stayed with you.
Right.
And so then it was interesting because there really wasn't a lot of communication between myself and my chiropractor, but it was just like, I was in incredible pain. He gave an adjustment and I was pain free. And I go, whoa, wait a minute. What? Time out. What just happened here? And so that was the introduction. And so I'm the kind of person that goes, well, that can happen. What else can happen?
Mm,
I mean, it
great
opened the door.
question.
It's opened the door for a while because there's this, and this. And so that was kind of the beginning of it. And then I went into chiropractic college, had some other health problems internally, because I learned in chiropractic college that the nerve system actually controls your heart, your lungs, your digestive system. And so we can impact that too. And so I've had some long-term recurring intestinal problems. So those got resolved while I was in chiropractic college. And so I no longer had those issues. And then now, decades later, I've had what seemed to be similar issues. And I guess I should say I'm the youngest of six in my family. And so, being the youngest, I kind of saw previews of coming attractions. How does this,
Mm,
what process does this family go through as they get older? And so, able to identify that heart disease and colon cancer are family traits. And so I thought I was doing, because of my chiropractic experience and lifestyle, I thought I was keeping myself healthy enough to keep that from happening. Well, 2008, 2009, diagnosed with colon cancer.
mm. Oh my gosh.
And so I had a tumor removed bigger than my fist. So the surgery was successful, removed the tumor. They recommended 6 months of chemotherapy. And so I declined that. But what I did do is the four foundational pillars.
Wow. Wow.
And so that was 14 years ago. And so I'm still here.
It's that is incredible. It's an incredible story and a testament to the work that you not only provide this healing for others, but you yourself have healed from colon cancer by adopting these four pillars in your own life. And I think if that's not encouragement for you to read this book, I don't know what is, because these are diseases and illnesses that we just don't have to suffer with. We just don't have to be faced with that type of illness in our lifetimes. The answer is here, and you're sharing it in your book so generously, so graciously. What would you like readers to take from this when they, of course, they're going to get your four pillars, but what else, what other message do you want them to get from this book?
I'm just going to come back to the ability to heal. You know, you know, you can look at uh, news articles about all kinds of research they're doing medically. They're spending billions of dollars on research looking for something, and it's like it's right here. It's right here.
Oh my.
And, and so just to recognize that it takes some work, takes some, it's a partnership of utilizing training expertise. And then there is a lot of lifestyle change because um, the marketplace isn't supporting our health. And
Mm,
so we might think we're doing well. We might have the gym membership. We might go to Pilates. We might shop at Whole Foods. We might have um, do cleanses. We might receive massage. We might have chiropractic care. But there's usually those decades where we didn't do those things, and you have to do something specific to
mm,
repair, to restore the foundational pillars that got broken down during that time. So even though we've made a lifestyle change, we may find it's like, why I'm eating right, but it's just not gaining the benefit that I expect to. So,
mm.
well, okay, we have to do some specific work to restore the pillars because they really got knocked down. They started to crumble. And so we really have to do some specific work to rebuild them.
Yeah, yeah, it's so important. And in the writing process, I mean, of course, we work together to write the book. And I'm sure people are watching now and going, "Oh my gosh, how has he come to this point of pouring a lifetime of knowledge into, what is a very, very important work, not just for your business, but also for your message and what you stand for." What was that like for you to translate all that knowledge, all that know-how, all that life experience into these words?
So going through the writing process, and as you prepped us very well in the beginning weeks to prepare us and going, you'll have moments where there's going to be a voice in your head that says, you can't do this. They're not going to like the book. They're not going to understand what. So we go through all of that. And so there's that part of the process, but there's also the part of the process of tapping into what I'll call a flow and being, whether you're writing it out longhand, typing, and then there's a flow of thought that comes out that was there maybe subconsciously, and then but it comes out consciously, and you read yourself and go, I didn't know that. It's like, that's good. Where'd that where did that come from? And then you recognize, wow, that level of intelligence works not just in the physical body, but through the mind as well. And so there's a flow of knowledge and wisdom that comes out that has been waiting, going, hello. And so what was also enjoyable was just writing and pouring all the thoughts out. I mean, there wasn't someone else going questioning, well, what about? And so you just, it's like, this is what's real for me. This is my reality. This is what I've seen. This is what I found. This is what I've experienced. This is what I've seen in others, and be able to then pour it out onto the pages. And then, admittedly, the first draft was probably textbook like.
Oh my gosh. And
Because
it's a work in progress.
a work in progress because we
Yeah.
went into the editing process. And then as I kind of got the feel for how the editor was looking at the manuscript,
Hmm.
then I would see a paragraph and go, oh, there's about 6 sentences in that paragraph. Each sentence really needs to be a paragraph to explain it because it's like, okay, a little rich in that paragraph. Let's expand upon that. Let's assume that they don't know what I'm anything about this, and let's break it down to the most obvious.
Yeah. Yeah. And you did that so beautifully time and time again, just expanding the book. We would watch you take a section and develop it, and the book would kind of blossom into what it is today, which I think is it's a very easy read for folks. I don't think that this is a folks that might be concerned about, oh, it's too complex for me. I won't understand it. It will be too medical or technical. What can you tell them about the book? Because I think it's very accessible and easy to read, actually.
Yes, I mean, I was attempting to be diligent myself to find the words, get the thesaurus out and see like, okay, what's a more commonly used word to describe this?
Mm.
And I have to give a lot of credit to the editors as well, because
Mhm.
when I read through copies of the book after being edited, I'm going, oh, that's good.
That's a great feeling, right?
Right. They really took that. They really got it, and they really put it and explained it well in a manner that is comprehensible to everyone.
So good, Jerry. Tell folks that are curious, what's it like to publish a book? The writing process is one thing, but publishing it, down to the cover and coming up with these concepts, these ideas of what the cover should be, and of course, you creatively directed so many elements of this to make it really pop. What would you like folks to know about that publishing process and what it entails?
Well, thankfully, having you and your team to assist, because we would do one step, and I mean, this is my first book. I mean, one of those feelings or thoughts when we started the process, and it was a whole group of us, and some of the folks in the process had written books before. And so that was a bit intimidating. It's like, wait a minute. I just do clinical stuff. This writing is all new. And so we'd take a phase of the publishing process, and I would get a message, we need this, or we're going to do this. And so, and we'd like it by this period of time. And so I work on that, and we'd go back and forth. And then we had a session talking about what the cover should look like,
Mhm.
and got some ideas about it. And then a graphic artist took those ideas, and we went back and forth. And so everything on the cover, everything about the cover has a meaning. It's to
Mhm.
convey a message and to attract attention, but it also, even within that, the colors like blue and green are colors of healing.
Yes.
So in a sense, red is a color of warning.
Mhm.
And so like the first rendition, actually the colors were on the other side. And so it's like,
Mhm.
let's switch them to match this. Healing is a process. There's a place where the colors are in the circle, they're divided sharply, but up
Yeah.
here they're blended. So it's a process.
Yes.
And so, uh, you know, having not done that process before, I found it um, that I had ideas on how I wanted it to go and to look like. That
Mhm.
until we started the process, I didn't know that I had those ideas. And so it was a mutual effort to bring the book about
Mhm.
and to um, go back and forth. I mean, it's like, yes, there is some thinking it through, but there's also again some feeling about, okay, it's close, it's getting really close. It's like, okay, now it's there. That
Yes.
that that last thing, and it's like that that completed it.
It sure did. I love the way it turned out. It's such a gorgeous, it's a beautiful book, but you're right, it's a very emotive book because we've got these two figures on the front that I think really represent the transformation that you provide people both in your practice and when they come to the point of reading the book. Share with people a little bit, on the business side, what will the book do for you?
One of the challenges that I face is uh, I'm trained as a chiropractor, but my postgraduate training is in kinesiology, psychology, um, acupuncture, science, uh, nutrition, uh, restorative endocrinology, and so I'm an integrated practitioner. But people will catch on to that word chiropractor or chiropractic
Mm-hmm.
and think that's all I do here. And so to have a means for people to have something to read in advance, and then when they come in, they'll go, I know what I'm coming in for.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will help from a business standpoint. It'll help because people will begin to maybe that are looking for a solution and don't know where to turn, that they can come across this book and give them hope, give them possibility to regain their health.
Mm, it's so good. It's so powerful. And it's why we need to spread the message about the book and get it out there in as many ways as we can. And tell me a little bit about what are you most proud of with this process and what you've created, what you're giving readers a chance to enjoy. What are you most proud of here?
Having been in practice for 44 years, it's been a decades long process of finding the wording, finding the means to convey what it is
Mhm.
that I'm offering. And so to take time, specific time to really delve in and to clarify the message and to not have to do it in a 30-second soundbite, but to be able to, I mean, yes, I mean, this is a little bit of a look inside my brain, and I haven't ever put that out there before.
Mm.
And so it feels good to have the message all put together and available. One of the things you had us do is when we finished the first draft was write ourselves a letter,
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh.
which I opened today. I waited until today.
Oh,
And so, yeah, very,
oh, Jerry, I'm so happy for you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm getting emotional too.
yeah,
It's so meaningful. It's so meaningful because you care so much about people and what you stand for, and to put your heart and soul into your book and your life's work as well. It really, really means so much, and I know will help so many people. And that letter probably, no doubt, reflects back all the experiences of writing and getting it out there. And it's a powerful thing, isn't it? Becoming an author.
yes, yes. And I mean, I know the one point that you really emphasized is right. Keep pouring it out. I mean, I can't say that I really ever experienced what people would describe as writer's block.
Hmm.
I mean, I might have had word block. I wanted to find the right word, but not really writer's block. Really the emphasis that you had on completing a draft,
Hmm.
because once you have the draft completed, now you're not in a state of incompletion. You're now going back and clarifying, editing, but you've got the story. The story is done. And once you get the story done, the book is going to come into fruition because you have the story done.
I couldn't have said it better myself. It's like it's so true, really it is. And people don't realize how important that first draft is, but it is such a milestone. Do you remember the moment you finished your draft? Because I seem to remember you did it very, very quickly. And there was this point where you just like it was just kind of pouring out of you. And then you crossed that finish line. It was sort of all of a sudden.
Yes, well, let's see. So one of the things I put in here was you've achieved a level of experience that's exceptional. Savor the amazing journey. Remember making the decision to write this book and then wondering, what have you done? Oh, and I also like an English professor in undergraduate college. It was, I think it was a kind of a literature class about books, and he had us write about the book that we read, but then he went through and he corrected our grammar. He corrected everything that we wrote. And so the writing skills I have, I attribute to him. And
Mm.
then there was a beginning software program that I would run a word processor document through and would do grammar correction. And it's like that taught me more on how to write. And then I had worked with a chiropractic coach, and we did weekly coaching calls, and he would have me do a pre-call report. And so every week I was writing up what was going on. And so I would, when I started the process, it's like, wow, I don't have any experience writing. And I thought, well, actually I do.
So good.
And then when I chart patients' records, it's a short story.
There you see, it's all there. It all stacks. It's incredible when you think about how much experience you actually had, but our mind works in funny ways trying to convince us that somehow we're not prepared or we can't do the thing, right? And yet you put all of that aside and you really embrace, no, I do have something to say, and I do know how to write, and I do know how to convey my expertise. And I just really honor the fact that you did that, because if you hadn't, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't
Yeah.
be here. It's amazing.
Yeah. So when the first box of books came, and I actually did a video opening the box, and I don't even know if I still have the words for the feeling, because it was such a new experience to have written a book, maybe doing something I didn't think I could do,
Mm.
and then go, oh, but you did.
Oh my gosh, you absolutely did. And not just a book. I want folks to understand that when you read this, you'll really know what I know, and what of course Jerry, your editors, know, is that it's not just any old book, it's a quality book that so clearly shares your message, who you are, what you stand for, and how you help people, the work you do in the world. And I mean, most of us aren't lucky enough to live nearby to come in and get support directly from you. Those who are, you are lucky, and you better get in through the doors of Jerry's office, his practice, so you can get support. But if you're not that fortunate, then what you can do is you can read this book and you can learn about the approaches that Jerry does with his patients, his practice members, and you can apply it to your own life, which I think is the most valuable thing ever, that people can do that. It's really incredible.
Thank
So
you.
good.
Yeah. I mean, as I say, it's been an incredible process, incredible experience. We started a year ago.
It actually blows my mind to think about a year ago that, all of this existed up here for you. And, you lived the work every day with people that you served, and that you helped and you applied to your own life. And now it's here in physical form for anybody to be able to learn from. It's really kind of incredible how fast it happened. Did it feel fast to you?
Well, I mean, I had concepts about that it takes years to write books. I
Mm-hmm.
had this preconceived notion, not having gotten real close to writing a book to even know. And so it was the thought, really, we can do it in this period of time. And then, but as I said, you prepped us, about 6 weeks of prep before we started writing. So
Mm-hmm.
we had the story outlined. And so then it was just expanding that outline into the book, and then and I remember, because you described a story arc and how you build to and there's tension building, tension building, tension building, and you get to a certain point, and then that's like the climax, and then you continue from there to kind of elaborate on that part. And in writing it, it felt that way. There was tension, tension, then it's like now it took off.
Oh my gosh. It's a great analogy, and it's true that it really does culminate in that level of excitement, that height of action. So that climactic finish, which of course you are, as now a best-selling author. And I just hope that folks will when you buy the book and you read the book, do us a favor, leave a review on not only Amazon but Goodreads as well. Let Jerry know what you thought of the book, how it helped you. It's one of the most important and valuable things you can do is leave a review for an author. So I hope you'll do that. And Jerry, is there any parting words you want to share with your readers?
Just to really appreciate and enjoying this whole process. And I hope that people do buy the book, read the book. You know, if you take action in your own life from the book, and then that, that will be my greatest reward, is your improved health.
Oh, it's so good. Jerry, thank you so much. Tell folks, where can they go to find more about you and your work online?
I have a website, zionsvillechiropractor.com. And so lots of information on my practice and the various approaches. So you can learn more there about the office and where I'm located. And so we can, some of the work from a nutrition standpoint and cleansing, we can actually do in the modern technology of Zoom. And so if you have some questions, I can be happy to give you some direction.
Amazing. Jerry, thank you so much for being here with us, for sharing your story, your heart. Exponential Healing. It is out now, folks. Get your copy, get your paperback, and make sure that you read cover to cover. You won't want to put it down. I guarantee you it's going to be so helpful and transformative to you. We just appreciate you, Jerry. Thank you for sharing your story with us and for creating this amazing book.
You're welcome. Thank you, Ashley.
That's it for now. We'll be back with another episode of Author on Fire, where we speak with our amazing authors as they, bring their books into the world. And so stay tuned for those. And thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.